Hey guys, I'm checking in to do my video analysis on what I read on Franco and Eva. Personally, I thought these two were innovators of their time, and I thought these were really original people who pretty much just broke all the rules and turned the art world upside down. And I just thought it was a real cool thing to do. Nobody was really doing it at their time, and I just think like they pushed the envelope a lot, and they pushed the boundaries in the art world. To start the questions, question number one, who was Luther Blissett? And question number two, who was Darko Maver? These two are basically made up artists that were created by Franco and Eva, and these two artists were pretty much used to bring out fake art and also to bring out the artwork of others. They just used this name, and even though it was a fake artist, it was still credited with uh with credible artwork, which brings us into question number three. What question do the lives of Blissett and Maver provoke us to consider? It pretty much provokes me to consider what I believe, what is real and what isn't, and what is credible and what isn't credible. Just because it comes from a credible source, Darko Maver and Luther Blissett, they weren't real and they're getting treated like they were real, and it just shows that you can't really believe all that what you see or hear, and that even though it does come from a credible source, how it isn't always credible. Question number four: what do Eva and Franco steal? From what I've read, they stole a lot, just bits and pieces from a lot of art galleries, museums, and events. And one major stole that they made was the black box art piece that they stole. Question number five: does Eva and Franco's art theft say something about art? Yes, it shows that art is valuable, and that I also think that shows that a lot of art isn't original these days. Artists are copying other artists all the time, and there's only so much you can think of after a lot of new ideas have come up, and I just think that that's why art isn't really original these days. And perfect example could also be music. A lot of artists sample other artists, and pretty much I believe it's the same thing for art, even though art gets down pretty good. Uh, question number six: Eva and Franco make fake newspapers and fake movie posters. Why? They pretty much did this to prove another point that you can't always believe what you see. They were making fake newspapers in the New York Times, which is a really credible source, and making fake newspapers all around. And this was for a movie and advertising stuff that pretty much wasn't even real. And this just shows you that you can't believe everything you see or hear. Question number seven: what is net art? Net art was basically an online site, artistic website made by Franco and Eva to basically display other people's artwork and just to get the artwork out to the masses of the world and to get it to a bigger, pretty much bigger range of people. Question number eight: compare what Eva and Franco did in their 2001 piece live sharing to the way people use the internet in 2011. Pretty much they had their life on display when they did live sharing. They had where they were from, like where they were at all the time, what they were doing, and a way that how we compare to this and to now, today's generation is through Facebook, MySpace, Twitter. We're always updating where we're at, what we're doing, and live sharing was pretty much a way to share your life back then, and to pretty much do the same exact thing we're doing now, pretty much with Facebook and all these online sites, just displaying where we're at, pretty much just sharing what we're doing, all of the above. Question number nine: what's up with the portraits of Second Life avatars? Pretty much, from what I've read and comprehended from it, they're basically copying, not copying, so to speak, pretty much just, I want to say, having a fascination of what other people perceive themselves, kind of like how they created Luther Blissett and Darko Maver. These were all just like people they created, and I think they find it interesting of what other people create with their avatars and what they visualize themselves, and I think that's why they do portraits of it, because they find it valuable. And last question, question number 10. Besides pissing off Nike, what did the Nike Ground Project say about corporations and culture? Should CSULB change the name of the university library to Starbucks Library? Why or why not? I pretty much think that this shows that Nike knew nothing about art, and they pretty much, whoever has the most money behind something is the one who's gonna get the desire of what they really want or need. And that's why I think the Nike Ground Project showed about corporations and the culture of it, because they pretty much didn't know anything about the art culture. And I don't think our campus should change the name of the Starbucks library, because it's on the campus of CSULB. And yeah, it's our library. Thank you for listening.